Hey everyone, I hope you're all well and have had a great day. So I haven't done a video for a while. I've been pretty quiet on Facebook this past couple of months. Since I did my training and received my certification in life coaching, I've been recovering from spinal surgery. Then recently I've been focused on getting my uni work in for the end of year assessments, which has been pretty stressful. So now that's all in and I finally feel like I can breathe again, I'll be getting back into my coaching, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to keep this really short, but I wanted to share with you all something that I struggled with for a very long time, and that is negative self-talk. I don't know if any of you know about it or if you struggle with it too, but if you do, then you'll know that along with the negative self-talk comes the self-limiting beliefs like, oh, I can't do that because I'm not as good as them. One of my favourite ones is, I can't do this because I'm in a wheelchair. I've said this to myself so many times before. Most of my teenage years, and my adult life for that matter, I struggled with negative self-talk. I'd say some really horrible things to myself like, I look hideous, no one likes me, no one wants to know me or speak to me, I'm useless, there's no point to my life, I'm not good enough, I'm not as good as everybody else, I don't deserve to be happy, and the list goes on and on. It's actually quite shocking how unkind I used to be to myself. These thoughts made me feel sad, upset, lonely and angry. They're all I could think about. I became very introverted. I wouldn't speak to anyone because I didn't think they would want to speak to me. I wouldn't do things because I didn't think I was capable of doing things. It got to the point where I realised that I just couldn't go on anymore like this. I was scared of what might happen if I didn't make any changes. So I made the decision to change my life, basically. I decided that I wanted to be a winner. I wanted to be positive. I wanted to be responsible for everything that happens in my life. I didn't want to be negative anymore. I didn't want to criticise anymore. I didn't want to constantly complain. It was time to take back control of my life. So, 6 years ago, I started reading a book on positive thinking and how it can change your life. I started to make small changes, consciously practicing positive self-talk. One thing that the book said to do was to get a pad of post-it notes and write something nice about yourself, happy memories, funny memories, jokes, or anything that would make you smile on each piece of paper and stick them around the house. Then when a negative thought pops into your head, you can read some of the post-it notes and it'll change the direction of your thoughts. So I did this for quite some time. Over time it seemed to work. I was feeling a lot better, I felt a lot happier myself, but I still felt anxious and about speaking to people, and I still felt like I wasn't worth much. I still felt like I wasn't good enough, and I still didn't like the way I looked. It wasn't until a year ago after listening to a talk by a guy called Daniel Tolson, that I realised I still had low self-esteem, low self-worth, because I hadn't gotten to the root cause of the problem. My self-talk had greatly improved, but I still had limiting beliefs, which resulted in mental blocks which were severely holding me back. And until I dealt with them, my life wouldn't get better, and I wouldn't be able to live the life I wanted to live, because I was so riddled with fear, with low self-worth, with low self-confidence, and still feeling like I didn't matter. So I reached out to Daniel, and over the last year I've worked with him to release these mental blocks and overcome these self-limiting beliefs using NLP techniques and timeline therapy techniques. I can't begin to tell you how much of a positive effect that these techniques have had on my life. We've removed anger, we've removed loneliness, that was a big one for me. We've removed fear and so much more. As a result, it wasn't long until I stopped my self-sabotage behaviour, and it's enabled me to do so much more. Things that I was once afraid to do, I'm now doing with confidence and ease. Well, like this video. After building myself up and turning my life around, I felt free. But then it's like, what now? What should I do with this new me? I had a new energy for life, and what should I do with it? Then I was given an incredible opportunity by Daniel Tolson to train as a life coach through his Success charity. So, I'm very happy to say that I'm now a life coach at the Tolson Institute. I'm certified in NLP, which stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and I'm also certified in timeline therapy, and this basically means that I can show people like myself to remove any self-limiting beliefs and any mental blocks which might be holding them back. When I learned about self-limiting beliefs and mental blocks, it really did change the course of my life, because what I realised about mental blocks and self-limiting beliefs were that they were all illusions taking place inside of my mind, but I was convinced that they were real. So I've been sat here today just thinking about how different my life could have been if I had addressed these negative self-talk and removed these mental blocks sooner. There's so many things that I wanted to do with my life, but I was just too scared to do them. And then I wondered how many other people are going through this. Some of the most common self-limiting beliefs, some of the nastiest self-talk that we have inside of our mind is that I'm not good enough. You might have heard this before, where you thought to yourself that you're simply not good enough. There's other self-limiting beliefs where you believe that no one likes you. Other people have self-limiting beliefs that they don't deserve to be loved. Some people have self-limiting beliefs that it's simply not fair. And these self-limiting beliefs are essentially stories that we keep telling ourselves to such a point that we believe them to be true. and once we believe them to be true, they just become our reality. Yeah. So if you're watching this and you feel like you're struggling with negative self-talk, self-limiting beliefs, or any mental blocks that might be holding you back from living the life and achieving what you want to achieve, then please, reach out to me and we can have a chat. Just give me a message. You can get hold of me via my Facebook page, which is Katie May. So that's it. It's not very short, but I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll speak to you soon.